ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದುಂಡೆ
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear
Yes, you
you.
can audible, sir. Vishwanath, sir.
Omkar, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. We'll just try the sharing. Omkar, can you see the sharing?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm ready. I can wait. We can wait for the people to come. The more 71, that's a great response, actually. We are completely humbled by the response.
Sir, now it's live streaming also going on, and you can start now, sir.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
I am not completely aware of how many people are there, which are the senior people and so on, because I haven't met any of you. I can see CO and I can see Mr. Basuraja's name there. So for all the citizens who are here, global citizens, namaskar from the family of Sagarmitra. Sagarmitra is a program which has reached 300,000 students, and we have a very good experience over 14 years. As you know, we have decided to conduct this program in Davangere district. And in 7 sessions, we will before the third session, I will request Mr. Naveen to send the names and designations of those who are seriously taking this program, are going to attend all the 7. We will need the names and designations so that we can accordingly design or talk over the next remaining 5 talks. This is the second talk. This is the standard opening page. I just wanted to place this before you before we go to the actual work that we are doing. All of you know that the name of this project is Sagarmitra, and the most important word in this is Sagar, which means ocean. While the program is designed for high school children, we are already taking this program for uh, Water Resource Ministry and Water Resource Ministry and Water Resource. Just 1 minute. Let me also start recording. Right, it is recording. So let me go back to this. While it is true that our program is designed for high school students, we have modified it to reach out to the housing societies. That means any family in the city or any family in the village. When we reach out to housing societies, we call the program as Sagar Sankul. We also have a model on 6 different villages where we call it a Sagar Gram. And the Sagar Mitra program is for the students. So we will be making an attempt to establish this program in Davangere city and in Davangere district completely, in every single school and in every village. It is an ambitious project, and because it is difficult, we will take it up because all of us were born to take up difficult tasks. Now, this may seem a little strange to you that today's talk is on oceans. Let me try to give you a summary of all the talks we are going to have so that the context is set right. On the 2nd of August, we had a talk on Maitri, friendship. It was about the interdependence of parts of nature and how human beings are not responding well to nature. And we have to find that friendship for nature inside ourselves. I'm not going to summarize all of what I spoke last time. We missed out on one of the dates for some reasons. And today on 16th August, we are into Sagarmitra, in which we are going to understand 3 types of oceans and how we have to understand this if we are going to reach the children and make them as the ambassadors of change inside their families. If we count the total population of Davangere city, and if we find how many families are there, we know that there are high school students in most of the families. If we teach the high school student about waste plastic management at the domestic level, we can use all the children in the city to change their families. As I had said in the 2nd August first session, if we change a child, Balak, then the Palak also changes, the parents also change. So today we are going to go only into the subject of oceans. We may not speak about plastic till we come to the end of it. This is supposed to be a teacher's training program. And so anyone who teaches Sagarmitra should go very deeply into the subject of what is ocean. And there are 3 types of oceans. I will repeat this now. There are 3 types of oceans we are going to look at. The smallest of these 3 oceans is called as the saltwater ocean. On the planet Earth, we have this vast ocean that is the smallest of the 3 oceans. When we decide to reach out to the entirety of the citizens of Davangere city and Davangere rural areas, all the villages and the entire district, and when we use the word Sagarmitra, it is our responsibility to study that word Sagar and what it means. So today I'm going to take you through a deeper study. Please be ready for little unconventional approach also. But by the time I come to the end of it, you will be able to realize that what was lacking in our education system has resulted in the pollution which we see around us. Our attempt to bring Sagarmitra to the children is an attempt to bring them to understand what is ocean. So today we will not go into pollution. Our second session is Sagarmitra. I'm not going to talk about the coming 5 sessions, what they are. So let's go to the second session. I also want to refer here to 2nd of October 2025 in Davangere. We will be launching the Sagarmitra Davangere District Sagarmitra Initiative. And I will be coming there physically for that. Really fortunate that the 2nd October date has been selected because we at Sagarmitra do believe very seriously and very sincerely and very humbly that Sagarmitra is an action program which is a Gandhian initiative. And to call us to be participants in the launching of this program in Davangere on 2nd October is a blessing for us. In preparation of that, let us go to what we are going to study today. The subject will be ocean. The ocean that you see here is the smallest of the 3 oceans. So let us go to the largest of the oceans. Now this picture that you see is one of the pictures drawn by scientists of what is called as the expanding universe. As I said, please be ready for an unconventional approach. Though this is drawn as a limited circle, this keeps on expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding, and human beings don't know much about it yet. But this is one representation of the ocean of infinity. Ocean means Sagar. Our project is Sagarmitra. So in Indian philosophy, in Indian mythology, in Indian Upanishads, in Indian Vedanta, the word Sagar is used for 3 different oceans. The ocean of water is the last of the 3. So the first ocean and the largest ocean is the ocean of infinite existence. It is also an ocean of infinite energy. And our Indian philosophy tells us our Indian spirituality tells us that this universe of infinity is also an ocean of consciousness. Ocean of consciousness, ocean of existence, and ocean of energy. There is a name for this ocean. It is called as the Kshira Sagara. Kshir, of course, means the nectar of immortality. That this ocean has the power to create life on any planet inside the universe. So please catch hold of this. This is an unconventional opening for a subject which apparently deals with the ocean of water, the rivers that we are polluting, and the plastic that we throw. Yes, I'm still inside the subject. Please remember that when we say we will collect the plastic to save the biodiversity in the ocean, we are talking about coming to the rescue of life itself. And life was formed by the activity of this Kshira Sagara. Life came to existence because the universe had the power to create life. So when we go to save the ocean, when we say we go to save the fish, when we say we are living beings responding to other living beings, we have to take a small look, but a deep look at the ocean of life itself, which began because of the ocean called as the universe decided that there should be life in the universe. This is another look where there is no boundary seen now. You see, the initial look was according to one of the theories of an expanding universe. And this look is the universe has already existed and will always exist as a huge collection which cannot ever be counted. After millions of years also, we will not be able to know all of it. It is that infinite. This ocean of infinity had the power to create life on our planet. This ocean of infinity had the power to create life on our planet. That is why this ocean of infinity is called as the Kshira Sagar. Kshir means ambrosia or nectar of immortality. Kshira Sagar. So now bring your consciousness to expand up to the entire universe. Why limit ourselves to the ocean of water? Let us look at the entire ocean of existence itself, which is also an ocean of energy. As you know, in the small solar system that we live, it is completely turning all the time. That is called as the churning. The ocean of the universe is continuously churning and changing and changing and changing. Every day is not like the previous day. Every future day will be completely fresh. Everything which happens is new. Nothing old happens here. So this is a window on that infinity. And now please realize that while we are looking at the ocean of all of existence, we are also saying that it is churning, turning and mixing and turning and mixing and creating new mixtures. There are many studies of the Kshira Sagar, which is the infinite universe. And most of the galaxies are turning. They are also turning around some center. And that supercluster is turning around something else. And then we come all the way up to the planet, and all our planets are turning around the sun. If we go inside us, then the electrons are turning around the proton, around the neutrons. So there is an eternal churning in the vast ocean of existence and in the inner ocean of existence also. As we go towards the zero infinity, and if we go to the infinite infinity, everywhere we find this circular motion which is called as churning. So निरंतर क्षीर सागर का मंथन होता है. There is an eternal churning of the ocean. What has this led to? There must have been some purpose, no, for churning. See how many galaxies are formed. We don't even know how many there are. Our solar system is a very small, tiny part of one of these. Through the endless churning in the ocean of existence, which is the infinite universe, life was born on Earth, which is such a small little thing within this vast universe. The universe was intelligent enough to create life on an Earth which had everything was dead at first. So from dead things, which are only chemicals, to create life is an infinitely powerful thing to do. So the Kshira Sagar is called as the Amrita Sagar because the energy of the universe on planet Earth, when it acted, it could actually create life out of nothing. There were only chemicals. That was a miracle, which was the miracle of all miracles. I wish I knew Kannada. I would have written in Kannada over there. But as a respect to our international language, English, and to our national language, which is Hindi, I have made the slides like this. When we actually create the literature and the slides for Karnataka, we will make sure that we translate this into Kannada. Nirantar Kshira Sagar Manthan se, through the ceaseless churning of the universe, which is a ocean of Amrit because it creates life from dead things. निरंतर क्षीर सागर मंथन से पृथ्वी पर जीवों का जन्म हुआ और जीवन की शुरुआत हुई. In English we say, through the ceaseless churning of the universe, life was born on our planet Earth. And as the universe is churning, the same movement it gives to our planet also. Our planet is going around the sun and going around itself. We have a moon going around us, and we have life which started in the ocean. This entire planet was just a ball of fire. There was no life there. So the architecture of the universe which surrounds this planet, the heat of the sun which came to the planet, the oxygen and oxygen which decided to meet and be friends together, the hydrogen and oxygen decided to meet and be friends together. Out of this friendship, out of the ability of the different parts of the universe to combine in new ways, the birth of life itself happened on the planet Earth. When we do Sagarmitra with the children, we are saying to the children, look, this life is very precious. So the birth of life itself, which is a miracle of transforming the non-living into the living, is a higher miracle. Imagine, just chemicals were there and creating life out of it. Life which has a mind also. That was a very high level of miracle created by the Kshira Sagar, which is the universe. There is another miracle which human beings seek, that a mortal who is already living tries to reach immortality, but he is already living, you see. To take a living being and change that living being into immortality is a small miracle. But to take non-living and create life there, so understand that the name of the universe is Kshira Sagar. In Indian mythology, in Indian philosophy, in Indian spirituality, when we say Kshira Sagar Manthana, we are talking about all the churning which goes inside us up to the small, infinitely small things and the infinitely large things. Antar Bahya Vishwa. Inside and outside, there is a churning which goes on, and the result of that was the creation of life on the planet. So we witness that miracle again in our thoughts. Our consciousness goes back to that time, spreads out into the universe, and tries to become as large as the universe. Life was formed. So the important word here is Kshira Sagar. Please remember that. Out of the 3 types of oceans, this is the largest ocean. Life evolved into us human beings. Now you can see human beings looking at the sky and wondering about what is all of this? What is this universe? Please go into this space today for the sake of our children. Life evolved into us human beings. We can look at the universe. We can see, oh, Kshira Sagar is the whole universe which created us. We study the universe with an infinite mind. We are going into the details and our mind doesn't get tired. For another 10, 20,000 years, we'll still keep on uncovering details. For another 20,000 years, we'll still find new things. For another 20,000 years, we'll still find new things. Our mind is also infinite. So we study the universe with an infinite mind and we learn from the universe. These 2 pictures are an attempt to show how you and me, in Hindi we say, जीवन उत्क्रांति से हम मानवों का जन्म हुआ, life evolved into us human beings. हम अनंत विश्व विस्तार के साक्षी है. We witness the क्षीर सागर which is the universe. हम विश्वव्यापक विश्व जिज्ञासा रखते हैं. We keep an infinite mind, infinite curiosity. हम अनंत विश्व विस्तार को सीखते हैं. We learn from these pages. The universe is the pages from where we are learning. So we want to take the children to this. So we take them to the smallest ocean Because when they grow up, they ask us, are there any other oceans which are larger than this ocean? As teachers, we are looking at this. This is not what we teach the children. No? This is teachers' training, so we are looking at it as adults. This is not what we teach the children. This is the philosophy behind our Sagarmitra. Because this is a teachers' training program, ये जरूरत करे कि इसको देखें. Do make the effort of taking a look at this. A step back. The universe had the miraculous capability to create life on planet Earth where there was only a hot ball of fire. There was no life there. And the end result of that, we human beings are here now. Long time ago on the planet, life was formed. Single-celled life, then life in the oceans only. Then life came on the land. And then on the land, we have come up as the currently the final product. After us, there may be many things which will come up. So we wonder about this, we look at this, and many times we fall short of looking at the universe. We get tied up in our personal health, personal money, or personal career, or personal income, and leave alone the universe. We don't even look at the saltwater ocean, which is a small one on one planet. We don't even dare to look at one ocean. So take a look at this picture. This is a human being seated and the universe is around that person. The universe, which is the ocean of infinite energy, no, that's called cosmic energy. The universe, which is the ocean of cosmic energy, Kshira Sagar has Adi Shakti inside it. Responds to our study, responds to our witnessing, and descends into us. You know, this energy actually comes down like that and enters the top of your head, passes into you. And from below also, the universe sends energy and enters you from below also. And ascends into us. This energy of the universe passes through us because we are made up of the universe. The universe is full of this energy, so we are also full of this energy. This is the track of the energy. This is the highway in which the universe sends us energy from both above us and below us. I'm trying to show you the largest ocean in which we live. And that ocean sends us this rain. This energy comes from the top and enters us, and it comes from below and enters us. Let me read what is written here. The universe, the infinite ocean of cosmic energy, Kshira Sagar, which has Adi Shakti inside it, responds to us, responds to our witnessing, and descends into us and ascends into us. When the Adi Shakti or the universal energy enters us, it is called as Prana Shakti because it is life energy. You know, right at the beginning, I said the universe has the power to create the miracle of life. We are that miracle of life. And to keep us alive, it keeps sending this life energy into us. Keep sending the life energy into us. Keep sending the life energy into us. Right now, everyone who's seated and listening right now, you may not have the fineness of consciousness to actually catch how this is happening. But right now, if a person who knows how to see this comes, he will see this energy descending into you, ascending into you. Every one of us has this prana shakti pouring into us from below and from above. Because we know this, we have created a program for children which tries to enhance the ability of the child to take this energy. Let's go to the next page. So here we are. Another picture of how we receive energy from the top and below. The universal energy descends and ascends from the universe, which is called Kshira Sagar. This universal energy itself is the Amrut, as it is called. You know that there was a Sagar Manthan and Amrut came out of it. It is actually a story about the universe, and the churning of the universe has created life energy. The life energy enters us and collects inside us in 7 internal reservoirs. Inside us, when this energy enters, it forms 7 pools. These are called as Kranti Sagar. These are the energies of evolution. Kranti here does not mean revolution, it means evolution. Collects in 7 internal reservoirs in each of us. Let me read this in Hindi. Some of you may understand. आदि शक्ति हम सबके भीतर क्षीर सागर से, फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्स, नीचे से उभरती है और ऊपर से उतरती है. फ्रॉम बिलो एंटर्स इनटू अस एंड फ्रॉम अबव डिसेंड्स इनटू अस. और प्राण शक्ति स्रोत gives us life energy, 7 जगह पर अपना चक्र स्थान कर लेती है, जो 7 क्रांति सागर है. Now there are 7 centers which are created inside us of this universal energy. The universe has massive amount of energy and it gives us 7 centers of energy inside us. It is necessary to understand. This is at the foundation of the Sagarmitra project. Once more, we take a look at this. The universal energy descends and ascends from the universe, collects in the 7 reservoirs. Here we have tried to show 7 reservoirs. प्राण शक्ति स्रोत के रूप में 7 जगत पर चक्रस्थान लेती है. These are the inner 7 oceans. Now you have realized already there is a universal ocean called Kshira Sagar. There are 7 oceans inside us which are of energy, which are called as Kranti Sagar. And there is a ocean of salt water, which is the third Sagar. Today the subject is Sagar. So I'm trying to go into showing and sharing what are the 3 oceans. Now, on the left side, you see, imagine this to be yourself or a child or a man or a woman. And from below the energy is entering, from above the energy is entering. And at 7 places, the energy forms the inner oceans. Now, at the lowest is an ocean of energy called as the Shakti Kranti Sagar. This is called as the Muladhara Chakra. Shakti Kranti Sagar. There is enough energy in the child to say, I will clean the ocean. There is enough energy. We just have to touch that energy. We just have to know how do you touch that energy. There is an ocean of Shakti for Kranti granted to every child, every human being. So at the lowest level, this small line which is shown is the energy keeps on ascending into us, the energy keeps on descending into us. And at one place, you can see the lowest one where I'm showing the arrow. The energy is spread out almost like a universe at the Sukshma level. And there is infinity of energy available to every human being because of whatever they did in Karma Yoga. The Gandhis and the Nelson Mandela of the world could draw on this energy, which is called Atma Shakti. Because of what they did currently, the doctors who studied COVID and found out answers to it, they risked their lives also. So they put their entire energy into it. And so they could find some solutions. So even in science, unless you put your entire energy into the work, we cannot find solutions. And in spirituality also, they forgot about their families, their life, their money, the sansar of earthly things, and they put their entire energy into learning about the universe and who has created the universe. So there is a possibility in human beings to tap this Shakti Kranti Sagar inside us. Our Sagarmitra program, which talks to children, doesn't talk in this way because this is philosophical. No, children will not hear this. But we have created a protocol of action there, which actually taps this energy in the child. The adult might say, I don't know how to clean my city. Why are you asking me to clean the ocean? But the child says, I have the energy to start cleaning the ocean. The child says, I have the energy to start cleaning the ocean. So the Sagar Mitra program, the person who is the teacher has to realize that when we are showing the pictures of the ocean to the child, we have created the slides and the language in such a way that the child taps this energy of the Shakti Kranti Sagar, the ocean of infinite life energy, which is there at the base. If we come from below upwards, the ocean of infinite energy, after that is the ocean of infinite peace is there inside the person, inside the child. And that is also what we tap in the child. Please remember, Sagar Mitra is a very simple 45 minutes Kundalini Yoga program to tap all the 7 energies of the child so that the child will say, I will clean the ocean. And they will show how to do it also. Then if we can do that with the ocean, we can do it for India, we can do it for Maharashtra, we can do it for Karnataka, we can create examples in our districts, we can create an example in Nashik for the Kumbh Mela, which is coming up in 2027. That we have to tap the lowest chakra, which is ocean of infinite energy, and then come to the ocean of infinite peace, which is called as the Shanti Kranti Sagar. How to utilize peace in order to create evolution. Human beings have to evolve beyond human beings who throw rubbish, human beings who pollute the living life around us. We are also living. We are not learning the lessons of life because we are not tapping the 7 lessons of life which are there in us. The first one is that we have infinite energy to solve the problems, to take it on the global scale. Then we have infinite peace. What does this mean? It means that when we take up the protection of life on a global scale, like the children do, they take up protection of life in the ocean, which is a global scale work. When we take up protection of life on the global scale, we have to tap our inner energy, and we have to also tap our sense of peace and steadfastness. There will be difficulties on the way. We should be very calm and peaceful and find a way out of this. Even if we fail for 2 years, we have to remain calm and again rebuild. So this Shanti Kranti Sagar at the second point inside our body, from below I am counting upwards. It gives us the ability to stay steadfast in our work, take up a global work. There will be difficulties in that. Someone will say, oh, we need 8 billion people to change. We have only 800 people. So the person who is linked to Sagarmitra will stay calm. He said 800 will become 8,000. Don't worry. Shanti mein rahega. So many people will tell us how it is impossible. So we will stay calm because we have infinity of Shanti inside us. So we may get many difficulties. People will say recycling is not up to the mark. Recycling is creating some pollution itself. All right, stay calm. We'll find a way out of it. So when we are on a global task, to remain calm in the face of success, in the face of failure, in the face of difficulty, in the face of resource management problems, in the face of human management problems, we will stay completely calm. So for this, we have to tap this Kranti Sagar, which is present inside us as a gift given by universe. Please remember, the Kshira Sagar is the outermost universe. It has given us these 7 gifts. It has given us a Shakti Sagar. It has given us a Shanti Sagar. Let us see what is the third one. This is the Nevel, the third one. It is the ocean of infinite evolution. So we can keep on finding improvements there. So we can completely evolve and reform our solid waste management practices. We can completely evolve and reform our the science and technology of recycling. We can completely evolve and reform the manner in which we teach our children. We can completely do this. Where the teaching is becoming dead, we can put a Sanjeevani into it. So the Nevel Chakra, which is there, the third one, is one of infinite evolution. It is the ocean of infinite evolution. From there, we get the Sanjeevani Kranti. If a river is dying, we say, let us rejuvenate the river. If a forest is dying, we say, let us rejuvenate the forest. If the ocean is dying, we say, let us rejuvenate the ocean. If the human interest and compassion about the other creatures which are dying is dying, then we say, rejuvenate the compassion. Rejuvenate the compassion. So we can rejuvenate everything. For that, we have to tap this third energy inside us. And trust me when I say this through personal experience, there is an infinity of Sanjeevani Kranti Sagar inside us. We can decide that we will create the reform, the evolution in our city, in our district, in our family, in ourselves, in our children, in our teachers, in our lawyers, in our policemen, in our every profession which exists in my Devanagere. We will make sure that the persons reform themselves. The Sagarmitra program has the potential to tap all these 3 inner oceans which I spoke of. Today the subject is ocean because we say Sagarmitra. The infinite ocean of the universe has been our friend and has gifted us 7 oceans inside us. That is ultimate friendship. When we are born with these 7 oceans. So the first ocean, if you see on the left side the picture of this person who is a sadhak, the ocean of strength, Shakti, the ocean of Shanti, third one is the ocean of evolution. Let's see what is the next. There are 7. We come up to the heart chakra. You see the colors will be matching here. This green is this one. When the energy ascends up to the heart, there is a Karuna Kranti Sagar there. Karuna Kranti. Ocean of infinite compassion, and Karuna is nothing but Maitri, no? Karuna is Maitri. Karuna Maitri. Ocean of infinite compassion is there. If this is dying out in people, then we have to go to the previous ocean and catch the Sanjeevani from there. If we are disturbed and agitated, then we have to go back and become quiet and calm about it. And then we have to tackle ourselves and get more strength, then be calm, and then decide that we will reform, and then try to take a look at what has to be reformed. Not just human beings are to be saved, but every animal has to be saved, every plant has to be saved. And we have been reserving and limiting our Karuna, which is at our heart chakra, Karuna Kranti Sagar. We have been limiting it only to the life on land. We are not bothered about what happens in the ocean. Sagarmitra tries to expand this Karuna Kranti Sagar of the child to include the ocean. And so the child comes into the practice of tapping the oceans of Shakti, Shanti, Kranti, and Karuna. You don't have to remember this. I'll be sending you this. When we complete your training, we give you all of this. When we keep on developing our compassion, it gives us a direction which is larger than the directions which we selected when we were children. We may have selected, I will look after India. Now I start saying, no, I'll look after the whole planet. I may have selected, I will learn from one religion. Now I say, I will learn from every religion. I will learn from science also. I will learn from religion also. I'll learn from spirituality also. Because sadhana is for the planet. Sadhana is about searching for the universe and how the universe helps us. Science helps us to reach out to the universe and understand. Spirituality helps us to reach out to the inner and outer universe. So we will have to catch hold of spirituality. And administration helps us to teach us in our implementation of what we learn from life and the universe, are we succeeding or not? So all this comes under sadhana. So when we come up to the throat chakra, it is the Vishuddhi chakra, Shuddha Vichar, Shuddha Achar, Shuddha Kruti. So we have to do sadhana. So this is the action chakra. It is amazing to us that when we approach the children with the third and the smallest ocean, which is the saltwater ocean, that message reaches their inner oceans and they start working for it. We will see shortly to what extent they manage to tap these energies. Okay. Ocean of infinite refinement is sadhana at the throat chakra. So what we speak has to change. For example, we have been speaking the word bhugol or geography with the children. Now that has to improve. No, we have to bring through our sadhana. We have to bring an improvement. We have to say geohydrography. Please include geohydrography, because please include the ocean also, not just the land. If we say geography, we will look at only our compassion and our sadhana will be only to save India maybe. Swachha Bharat. What about Swachha Ocean, Swachha Sagar, Swachha Prithvi? So our sadhana starts getting aligned universally and comes to a practical summary at the level of the planet. So the throat chakra gives us our ability to speak about the planet and nothing less than the planet now. Speak about all the religions and not just one. Speak about all the countries and not just one. Speak about all the species and not just human species. This sadhana comes from our vacha first, but our shoulders are kept very close to where we speak. So what we speak, we must do. We must walk the talk. So the Shuddhi chakra is the throat chakra, shown here in the sadhak as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from below. You can see the throat chakra is shown as blue and the larger picture is blue here. Ocean of infinite refinement, sadhana kranti sagar. Then we come to the third eye. This is the ocean of infinite purpose. Here is where we expand our consciousness to realize what is the purpose of the universe. Oh, that seems to be too far off. So what is the purpose of the planet? Of course, the purpose of the planet was to create life, because the planet did create life with the help of the universe. Now our purpose is to save that life. Now can we save only life on the land? No, we must save life on the ocean also. So the children expand in their third eye also. And instead of having their own desire, which is called as Ichha, they reach Sankalpa. Sankalpa is what is it that nature wants. What is it that the fish wants? what is it that the bird wants, not just what human beings want. So at the third eye, we get to know what is it that the whole ocean wants from us. The ocean doesn't want us to pollute her. So we get the idea of how those people who speak to us about their problems, we understand their problems. And all that is there in the universe, including the oceans and rivers, which are suffering but cannot speak about it. Bezuban, they do not have a voice. But when our third eye starts activating and the Sankalpa Kranti Sagar becomes available to us, we realize what is needed by those who don't have a voice also. The fish may not have a voice, but we realize that, oh, the fish who doesn't want the plastic. We realize that very seriously, as though that fish is a family member, because that is the level of compassion also which comes. Our attempt after studying science for 12 years, spirituality for 12 years, and administration and teamwork and governance for 12 years, after 36 years of studies, eventually in 2012 we started Sagarmitra. Our study started in 1977. We were looking for a program which can be the program for every child on the planet and which gives the child an idea of the ocean of existence, which is the universe, then the 7 oceans of energy inside the child, and then how can we take up the global crisis and solve it by first resolving the character development inside the child, the character development inside the human being. Let us go to the last one. At the last chakra, we have the ocean of infinite surrender, Samarpit Seva Kranti Sagar. The children learn a small thing, how to surrender to the ocean also. So in their daily thinking, they think not only of the trees on the land, but the trees in the ocean also. So the ocean of infinite surrender is tapped. So here we have the summary again. There is a universe which we call as the Kshira Sagar, the universe of the nectar of immortality, which created life out of no life. There was no life and created life out of it. That is the power of the Amrut there. This universe descends into us, ascends into us, and creates 7 sources of life energy, which we call as Kranti Sagar. So there is a Kshira Sagar, which is the universe. There are 7 Kranti Sagars inside us. And then we come to trying to summarize this. You see, this is the universe as the infinite ocean. I am reminding you of what we went through. Now, this we see is how the infinite energy descends into us as Adi Shakti and becomes Pran Shakti inside us. This is how there are 7 oceans inside us. So here we have the 2 names, Kshira Sagara, which is the infinite ocean. That is the first ocean. At the beginning, I said there are 3 types of oceans. One is the Kshira Sagara, the ocean of existence and energy. It is also the ocean of consciousness. And then we have the small 7 sagars inside us, Kranti Sagar. These are the oceans for transformation. All the leaders on the planet who transformed life had to tap these 7 energies. Whether they were working for science, whether they were working for spirituality and religion, even the founders of the religions, and whether they were working for governance like Nelson Mandela or Gandhiji. Or there are many, many people in administration, governance, and politics who are good. That is why we still survive. The newspapers may report only the bad things which happen, but we have good people everywhere. So we have the Kshira Sagar, which descends, and then we have the 7 Kranti Sagars inside the human being. And then we have this one, no? A beautiful picture of the smallest of the oceans. Finite ocean of salt water on earth. It's a very small ocean it is. If you compare to the Kshira Sagar and the Kranti Sagar, the inner oceans are larger. The inner ocean of Karuna Sagar is so large that it will take in 20 planets also. Why only one ocean from one planet? If we come across 5 planets, and if they are all inhabited and one planet is in danger, the Karuna Sagar will say, let us help that other planet also. So the Karuna Sagar is larger than the saltwater ocean. We recognize when we talk to the children that every child has a massive Karuna Sagar inside. So this is the third ocean. Sagarmitra, which is the program for which we are into the second session of teachers training. That is why we are going into the philosophy of it in as simple a way as possible. Sagarmitra brings these three oceans together in the student's consciousness and life. The student doesn't even realize that they connect with the infinity. They don't even realize that they connect with the ocean. They don't realize that they're connecting with the seven chakras inside. They don't realize it. We don't show them these pictures. We show them only the ocean. But a teacher should know that when we take a Sagarmitra talk, this is what we are trying to do. And that is why there are 7 sessions. No? Let me tell you the truth here. When I go to a place like Jalgaon and train a young man like Vishal Sonkul, it took me 2 years to train him. Now, after 7 years of learning, we have compressed the 2-year training of Sagarmitra teacher into 7 sessions of 2 hours each. 7 sessions of 2 hours each. And of course, I will be coming there for physically meeting everybody. At the same time, we have on Tuesdays open meeting in which you can come with questions about any of these aspects. Let me dwell on this for 1 minute more. There are three oceans. One is the Kshira Sagar, which is the ocean of existence. It is also the ocean of infinite energy. It is the infinite largest ocean. And there are 7 oceans of energy which are gifted to us by this larger ocean. These are also very large. Though they are in the inner world, they are very large. And then there is the ocean, which is the saltwater ocean. This saltwater ocean is called as the Kshara Sagara. So we have the Kshira Sagara, we have the Kranti Sagara, and we have the Kshara Sagara. Now let's come to the saltwater ocean. For the children, we show from here only. We don't show this other stuff. That is for the adults. You will be surprised that students from 8th and 9th standard children start asking us about these higher things also already. These are the 7 saltwater oceans. Inside there are 7 energy oceans. Outside there are 7 saltwater oceans. Beautiful. You see, this is the North and the South Pacific. These are 2. Then the North and the South Atlantic, 2 more. Then the Indian Ocean, that is the 4th one. Then the North Pole. See, North Pacific, South Pacific, these are 2. The 3rd one is North Atlantic. The 4th one is South Atlantic. The 5th one is Indian Ocean. The 6th is Arctic Ocean. And the 7th is called as the Southern Ocean or the Antarctic Ocean. So there are 7 oceans. This is the ocean, the smallest ocean in the universe. The universe itself is the ocean. Inside us, there are 7 oceans, and then this is one ocean. These are the 7 physical oceans which are on a very small planet within the universe. The oceans got created first on our planet because our planet was on fire. Our planet was on fire, there was no life on it. There was no water also. All of it was on fire. So first, the hydrogen and oxygen decided to become friends. Whatever affinity was there, the churning of the universe created churning in the solar system, created churning on the planet. It's a churning of the ocean, Sagar Manthan. So new things came together and water got formed. And when water got formed first, still on the land, there was this hot lava. There was no life there. And then it rained, This is rain which is falling on and cooling the earth down. You can see the steam which is coming up. You can see the rain which is falling over here. You can see part of the lava has not yet cooled. So let me go through this. The churning of the universe created the churning of all the galaxies, created the churning of our Milky Way, created the churning of our solar system, created a rotation and churning of our earth, created the oceans out of it. And the oceans, they rained on the land and cooled it down. So the ocean and the cool, the Shital Maitri of the ocean. The ocean came as a friend to cool this whole thing down. And then the ocean did something else. It dissolved the things. Ocean water can dissolve 70% of the materials. So it dissolved and broke those big lumps of rock. The lava became large rocks, And this rain kept on raining and kept on raining. And then rivers were formed and these stones were tumbled against each other and they broke down and they broke down. All of this the water is doing and broke down to soil. and the soil broke down in such a way that eventually the life which formed in the ocean came onto the land. So I will go through this once more through my memory now. The Kshira Sagar, which is the infinite ocean of energy, the universe as the ocean, it keeps on churning and turning and churning, creating new combinations. So the vast superclusters of galaxies also keep on shifting, keep on exchanging energies, so that new things can be formed. And then we have our own Milky Way, which keeps on shifting and turning. It is also moving around something very at a vast distance. There is some center around which our Milky Way is also moving. Or Milky Way also rotates around itself, within which the solar system rotates, and within which our Earth is rotating around the sun. And all this churning was transferred to even the atoms and molecules, which are also like the solar system. The electrons and protons and neutrons, moving around and around and around. Eventually, the new combinations from the churning created life on the land also. Please remember, the land was burning, it was molten. The water in the ocean had to cool it down, and then the flowing water had to knock this thing into smaller pieces and smaller pieces, and then we have the soil. Unless there is soil, the plants cannot take root there. And then finally we have the plants. Now this is the beginning and the completion of the simple version of three oceans. Our ocean on Earth has also created life, because it learns from the larger ocean. It is a product of the larger ocean of the Kshira Sagara, the universe as ocean. And that is why for the children, we show the smallest ocean. The children think this is the largest ocean. As teachers, you and me should know we are showing them the smallest ocean. If we show them the small ocean, we should be aware of the large ocean. If we are asking the children to grow, are we growing from our ocean to something larger? So the whole purpose of today was to show you that when we show the children this ocean, we know as teachers that this is the smallest ocean. And so it is easy to tackle now. It's not difficult to tackle. We have been given 7 oceans inside us to tackle this small planet level job. We will do it. All we have to do is change the name of the subject to geohydrography. I'm going to write down a proposal to the district government and the ZP CEO also, CEO, that can we make a proposal to Karnataka State Government Education Ministry that from next year the subject geography should be written as geohydrography. Otherwise, the children are not looking at the ocean. That if it is named as Bhugol, then it should be called as Bhujalagol. We will be doing this in Maharashtra. We can do it in Karnataka. We can do it at other. Gujarat is calling us through one Anand National University to do this program in Gujarat. There is a very large political party which is calling us to Visakhapatnam to do this program in Andhra Pradesh. There is a ex-Valmi chairman who is calling this to Hyderabad to do this in Telangana. So we are getting more and more invitations to do it on district level. So we are going to give a proposal to all the states and districts. Please change the name of the text to geohydrography. Let us look at least at the large ocean which is here. It's the smallest ocean in the universe, but let us look at it. It's the largest thing that we can see. So let us expand our consciousness more and more so that eventually we can catch hold of the universe and we can get all those 7 powers of living which are given to us free. Let's go ahead. So we show the children the land of India and we say, are you going to just clean up India through Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? Or are we also going to say Swachh Sagar Abhiyan? And if this ocean is very large, then we know that the children have these 7 energies inside them and we know how to place it so that they have awakened these energies. How have they awakened it? We spoke to 150 children only in 2011. We showed them what is the pain being suffered by the ocean. We showed them how the ocean is covered by large amounts of plastic and that is killing fish and birds. So that touched their Karuna Sagar. When the Karuna Sagar is touched, all the others supply energy to the Karuna Sagar. And then they take energy from the Karuna Sagar. They take the Shakti energy, they take the Shanti, they take the rejuvenation energies, they take the walk the talk energy, which is the action orientation energy. They take the vision energy, which expands the vision into a mission and into a project and into daily things to do. All we have to do is show the pain of a larger body of nature to the Karuna Sagar of the child. We are very fortunate that children from 5th standard to 12th standard still have their Karuna Sagar intact. In the older people, we have shut it down the way we shut down a river with concrete banks. We have put concrete banks around our heart. We may one day get rid of the concrete banks on the river, but getting rid of the concrete banks on our heart, we have to call on the infinite energies inside us. So, when the children see the pain in the planetary ocean, and they see that we are throwing this plastic and killing that ocean and the life in the ocean, then they also see, oh, this ocean is living ocean. These are all the pictures I've shown you before. When they see this is a living ocean, we are killing it, then they do the action. They see this pollution and they come into the action. This is from Ananta Shakti, Ananta Shanti, Ananta Sanjivani, Ananta Karuna, Ananta Jivan Kaushalya, which is action, Ananta Durdrashti. They are looking at the ocean. Adults are not yet looking at the ocean. So their Durdrashti is wider now, and they are into Ananta Seva. Shakti, Shanti, Santulan, that is Sanjivani Santulan. Then there is Karuna, there is Kartavya Buddhi, there is Drushti, and there is Seva. They are doing it. You can hear the sound of it. And they do it as a team. What I showed you here is a teamwork. We can have this awakening of the inner energies in Davanagere. But let us do it seriously as awakening of the inner energy, not just let us pick up plastic in bags. That's not the thing. Let us pick ourselves and our energies up. They are doing it together, as you can see, and they are doing it individually, as you can see here. This individual effort. That girl, her Karuna Sagar became alive. And then that Karuna Sagar calls for all the 7 energies. And then they do something which even adults are not conscious of today, that the ocean is dying. You see how small this child is, taking up the cleaning of the ocean at that age. So Ananta Shakti. There are many people who tease them saying ki the ocean is very large, you are bringing only a packet. So they stay silent and harmonious and tranquil. They don't get disturbed. So Ananta Shanti. If you see the expression, I want to show this expression. If you see the expression of the adults who see this, even the adults are rejuvenated. So we can have this in Davanagere. Our prayer is, do try to understand the details of the 3 types of oceans during our teachers training. We don't have to speak in this much philosophy with the children, not necessary. But we have to understand this. Then our effort will be cosmic in nature. It will be a spiritual effort, not just an administrative effort or an economic effort or an attempt to run away from the crisis by trying to pick up what other people throw. We say that everyone has infinite energy, we'll be able to make 8 billion people understand that we should not throw. That energy we can call on. So the children are bringing in 2.5 tons to 3 tons every week. This is the result, no? 10 tons every month. You can see the picture of the car over here. And they are bringing in 30 tons every 3 months. Now, actually, this has grown to 36 tons now because their monthly collection is going up. So that much is not going to the landfill, that much is not going to the river, that much is not going to the ocean. So we are coming towards the administrative conclusion of this. There are a few slides more about what we have to do. Inner 7 oceans in the child respond when we show them the outer 7 oceans are in danger. Just give me a moment to correct that before you, in front of you. Inner 7 oceans of the child. outer 7 oceans. The moment it comes into the thought, we can correct it here itself. Inner 7 oceans in the child respond when we show them the outer 7 oceans are in danger. So remember, there are outer 7 oceans and there are inner 7 oceans, and all of this within the field of the outermost largest ocean. Kshira Sagara, Kshara Sagara, and in the middle is the child with these energies playing up and down, and that is the Kranti Sagara. So this is our program which has already won the Ocean Hero and Earth Day Great Global Cleanup Hero Award. So I'm trying to show that the children really have put in an energy which is a global level effort. They are getting global awards. So they are the better of the lot, no? Now here are the sessions. I'm coming to the last 1 or 2 slides. On 2nd August, we had the Maitri session, interdependence of parts of nature. How hydrogen and oxygen have to become friends before we get water, up to that level. How the Kshira Sagar, or the outermost ocean of energy and existence, has to become friends with us and send us these 7 energies inside us. 16th of August, today we did Sagarmitra, 3 oceans, understanding them in children. So all these 3 oceans are friends, no? Our saltwater ocean is a friend, our inner 7 oceans are our friends, and the outermost Kshira Sagar is also our friend. So Sagarmitra is more than just the saltwater ocean. 24th August, if we can keep the date after 1 week, will be Sagar Vanrai. We will see categorization of forests and greenery in a way which will create a memory in us. Then after that comes 31st August, Sagar Pradushan. We have to see the nature of pollution of all the 3 oceans, not just this ocean of the salt water. How do we pollute the inner oceans? And is it possible to pollute the outermost ocean, or it cannot be polluted at all? Sagar Pradushan. Then there is Sagar Seva. What is our duty? How do we remember all these oceans? How do we activate our inner oceans? How do we save the outer ocean? How do we come into worshipping the universe, activate our inner universe, and save the small ocean? Then there is Sagar Sangatan, leadership orientation. We will actually talk about building the district team, the city level team, the teachers' teams. What do we do with the vice chancellors? All the teamwork that we have before us. By the time we come to the first 5, Maitri, Sagarmitra, Sagar Vanrai, Sagar Pradushan, and Sagar Seva, on this particular date, we can start, the people who are taking training can start talking to the children in their schools on that date. On 7th September, we can actually start the activity in the school as a trial, because we are heading to 2nd October, no, eventually. Now, after 2nd September, we'll have Sagar Sangatan, Sagar Netrutva. And after 21st September, I think after a few days, we get 2nd October, 10 days, 11 days. And we will launch the Sagarmitra, the Davangere District Initiative. Here is a depiction of what is called as the Kshira Sagar. This is actually a picture of not the saltwater ocean. This is an attempted drawing, imaginary drawing of the universe. And the 2 types of forces which churn the universe. One is the force which brings things together, and one is the force which breaks them apart. These 2 forces and how they churn the universe, these are different depictions of that. And what came out was Amrut, which is life came up out of it. Out of the lifeless came up life. And then 4 drops of this, we say, fell down on these 4 places. You see, there was a churning, and when this Amrut Kalash was being carried through the air, 4 drops, 1 drop fell at Hardwar, 1 fell at Prayagraj, 1 fell at Ujjain, and 1 fell at Nashik. And at all these 4 places, we have this Kumbh Mela. Now we have to understand in the Kumbh Mela that people, as you can see the Rishi over here, they will take a dip in the river. But they don't know, or they know this, but we don't know as people who have been away. The Rishis know this, but we don't know as individuals who are under a Western model of education, that there is a river of energy inside us which is constantly trying to, supply us with its nutrition. The outer river gives us water to drink, and the inner river gives us water of life only. So we have to actually see that there is a river inside us which has It has dipped itself into us. Now, this is Harit Kumbh 2027. The Nashik district model is being created. The way we are creating the Vangere model, they will be slightly different. So, they are calling their Kumbh as Harit Kumbh. So, we say Bhu Vanrai means 30% oxygen given by the Haryali or the greenery on the land, 30% oxygen given by the ocean's greenery. And so let us call Harit Kumbh as Sagar Kumbh. So Sagar Kumbh 2027. So that we can bring this message of largest ocean, smallest ocean, and inner 7 oceans to all of India through the Sagar Kumbh. So I still don't know what is the river near the Vangere. So we would have some students visiting that river also during the Kumbh. The Kumbh is going to take place over 13 months, you know. So by the time the Kumbh ends, it will be 2028. So we will have almost 3 years of work possible through the Sagar Kumbh. 2 crore people are going to gather there. 20 million people will gather there from all over India. Can they take back the word Sagar Manthan to India? Because till now, the Kumbh has been about rivers, you know, Triveni Sangam of rivers. We are talking about the Triveni Sangam of oceans now. So can we have 2 crore people taking back the word Sagar, Sagar Manthan and Sagar Kumbh with them? In Nashik district, I want to place the model before you. We have asked Nashik district, the divisional commissioner, Dr. Praveen, Dr. Praveen Gedam, that we want 2 teachers from every single school in the city and district. We will train them in the Sagarmitra Sangli model, which is a model which has already started in Sangli district. So Sangli district model, we will improve it and put it into uh, our Nashik district. But there the Kumbh is coming in, so a very different model. And Davangere is the first time we are going out of Maharashtra. We don't know the language. So it's going to be a different challenge for us. So all schools and 2 teachers in each city and district over a period of 3 years. This is. For Nashik district, it is all the 1,298 villages, more than 1,000 sarpanch and more than 1,000 gram sevaks will be trained. This model will be according to a Salavde village model, which is already won the award for best in Maharashtra. Salavde village model of solid waste management. And then, of course, I took the opportunity to speak about Sagar Kumbh today and to remind that it is not on a Triveni Sangam, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. This particular Kumbh is on the confluence of 3 oceans. What will participate is the universal ocean, the inner 7 oceans, and the Godavari and the ocean that she goes to. So in Nashik, we have the chance now that we don't even know how many thousand years the Kumbh is going on the sides of the river. This time, let us have the Kumbh on the sides of the 3 oceans now. Kshira Kshara Sagar, and Kranti Sagar. Kshira Sagar, and Kranti Sagar. All right, my talk is over. This is the last slide. Please remember, all of this was relevant to teaching the children because inner 7 oceans in the child respond when we show them the outer 7 oceans are in danger. So as teachers, we need to understand what is the word ocean, and that is why I went into this. So I will not go further into it now. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you so much. I hope we have completed in time 3:30 to 4:43 in 1 hour. We have, 90 minutes. So we have a time for your reflections, and I think we have to recommit ourselves to complete the 7 because each of those has something very significant in it. Something as significant as we saw the 3 types of oceans today. So Sagarmitra is not just a name, just a program for picking plastic. In the picking of plastic, the child is connecting these 3 oceans together. So my training is with Kundalini Yoga from traditional and non-traditional sources. And we were searching for how to bring back the Gurukul into the existing schools. We don't want to start a new type of school. In the existing city corporation school, we should be able to bring back the Gurukul. We don't have to train our teachers beyond where they are. They will be able to teach this with their current capacity also. At the most, we have to reform a little bit of the B.Ed and M.Ed. But the first thing we have to change is the subject Bhugol has to be changed into Bhujalagol, or the subject geography has to be changed into geohydrography. Because still we expand to the smallest ocean, we cannot expand to the 7 inner oceans and the outermost ocean, which is required of us. Thank you so much. Omkar, could all the slides be seen and my voice heard? Vishal?
Yes, sir.
You could hear the whole voice, Vishal?
Yes, sir. It's audible and visible, all the slides.
Okay. So I'm thankful that this is recorded. So by the fifth talk, we have completed two now. The next time we will take a look at the greenery. After that, we are going to take a look at pollution. I think I will take time to place some statistics before you, why it is important to look at the ocean. You know, I have been working for almost 15 years with Dr. Rajendra Singh, and we have been looking at the rivers. Now, we have been taught that the three dangers to the river and water system. One is the encroachment. The second is the exploitation of the water, overdrawing it. And the third one is the pollution. Now, when I look at the ocean, recently I created a slightly statistical study and I found something which I'm not showing the slide now. These are just figures. The total area of land, that is all the continents on my planet and your planet, is 160 million square kilometers. 160 million square kilometers. The total area of the water, which is the ocean, is 360 million square kilometers. 360 million. 360 million square kilometers water, 160 million square kilometers is the land, and 120 million square kilometers is the plastic pollution. Out of the 360 million square kilometers of ocean, 120 million square kilometers is already polluted by plastic, one third of the ocean. Now take a look at the river where we try to save the river from pollution. There are 66,000 rivers on my planet. Totally 66,000 rivers. If you put the rivers side by side to see their area, the area of the river, all the rivers in the world, it is only 1 million square kilometers. The ocean is 360 million square kilometers. The area of the rivers is 1 million square kilometers. We are worried about 1 million square kilometers and the pollution in the river. And we are not even looking at 120 million square kilometers plastic which has already gone into the ocean. If that plastic were taken from the ocean and put on our rivers, on the 66,000 rivers of my planet, it will cover those all the rivers, all the 66,000 rivers 120 times fully. So should we wake up to what is the real pollution of water going on? Or are we going to stay only limited to a country and a few rivers of the country? It is a wake up call for me that Sagarmitra should also use the Kumbh Mela, even if it means calling the Kumbh Sagar Kumbh, to have these 2 crore people go back and say, okay, look, we have to look at the rivers because the rivers carry the plastic to the ocean, but we'll have to look at the ocean because the ocean has 120 million square kilometers of plastic which has encroached. When I go to a river for rejuvenating the river and I catch hold of a farmer and say, you have encroached 1 hectare or 2 guntas into the river, I may go to a Devasthanam and say, look, your parking space you have created near the river, but it has encroached into the river bed. Or in industry, I say, oh, you're polluting the river. The total rivers we can pollute is 1 million square kilometers. But the total ocean, we have already polluted 120 million square kilometers. Now, who is the polluter of the ocean? Every one of us who's throwing plastic. Every single person who's throwing plastic has polluted the ocean. So what is our priority when we look at pollution? It has to start with ocean is the answer which we give the children and what we discuss over here. I just wanted this context to be set right. So we can have some reflections, questions, or whatever is there. Any responses? So, Mr. Naveen, are you here? Yeah. Someone, please unmute and speak.
Sir, Naveen here.
I can't hear you. Your voice is. So, are we winding up now? Is someone going to speak or ask any question? or talk about the relevance of what we are talking. Many people think this goes very deep, but we are now actually taking these sessions for government officers in Yashoda also. In the Premier Development Administration Training Center of Maharashtra, Yashwantrao Chauhan Academy for Development and Administration. Currently, we are going through 36 districts and 30 to 60 teachers, 30 to 60 government officers are being trained every 15 days. So we train them in Sagarmitra. So this particular syllabus which is there is becoming acceptable to the government also.
Sir, Naveen here.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Naveen.
There are audience, but no questions from their side.
Your voice is echoing a little bit.
Sir, there are audience, but no questions from their side, sir.
Acha, if no one is trying to speak, that is fine. If I think Mr. Ashok was trying to speak just now. Mr. Ashok Pawar, he had unmuted when I started speaking in the middle. Mr. Ashok Pawar, would you like to say something or anyone else? Okay. So, Mr. Naveen, you decide if we are going to close, then we usually close with a small prayer.
Yes, sir, we can wind up.
Can I close with a prayer?
Yes, sir.
Or is somebody going to speak?
No, sir.
Okay, so I will just close with a prayer. It comes from our state of Punjab, from the Guru Granth Sahib. It is Guru Nanak Ji's prayer. It just speaks of the 7 centers of energy inside the human being. It is the main prayer of Sikhism. It talks about all the 7 centers of energy in the same sequence that we have said. एक ओंकार सतनाम कर्ता पूरक निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैबन गुर प्रसाद जप आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच. Namaskar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for arranging this. Mr. Naveen, we can still wait for anyone to speak, otherwise we can close down. We meet again on next Saturday. There we are going to look at the greenery and all the details of the greenery, local level to what is the nature of greenery. That is what we are trying to save. Yeah, we can wind up. So shall I leave now, Mr. Naveen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because all the 88 people are here, so I'm just thinking, does somebody want to wait and talk to us? So I'll wait for some time. Vishal, Onkar, do you want to say anything?
Nothing from my side.
Okay. Thank you.
No, sir, just listening to.
Okay. Thank you. I'm leaving the meeting now. Thank you so much, Mr. Naveen. Thank you, all the people of the Punya Bhumi of the Davangere. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to serve you. Thank you. Mr. Naveen, if you close, then this recording will be available to us also. If you close as the host. If I close, the cloud recording won't be available to me.
Okay, sir. Can we wind up, sir?